This is Destiny, and Destiny has been on the decline quite recently. Now, you may be wondering to yourselves, what exactly is Destiny, and why has it been on the decline? Well, Destiny, which I will be referring to as Destiny 1, but it's technically Destiny 2, but I'll only be referring to it as Destiny 2 unless I talk about Destiny 1, is a PvP/PvE shooter game. Now come children, let me explain to you the story of Destiny. Naturally, as I said, it was a PvP/PvE game you can play with, your friends and other players. And naturally, you can also play against them, which this is personally one of my favorite parts about Destiny. That is me popping someone's head off. I'm quite good at this, and I do it a lot. And no, this weapon does not need nerfed. Now, Destiny 2 is an open-world shooter looter game. And it has a multitude of things such as PvP, PvE, and a combination of them both called Gambit. But we don't talk about Gambit. It's heavily ignored. And they have a multitude of very good PvE activities. And Destiny overall is a good game. At least that's how it is on paper. But yet, if you ask a Destiny 2 player, how good is your game? They will answer, it's not that good of a game. But yet, at the same time, they keep on playing it every single day. Now, Destiny is supposedly a fun game. You go, you hang out with your friends, the boys, you play, you game late at night. Actually, it's quite the opposite of fun. The community in Destiny is very toxic. Not as toxic as other games, but pretty toxic about the game and its developers. You may be asking, why? Well, it's a long history of Destiny repeating its mistakes, but let's go back to the beginning. Destiny 1. Now, Activision, creators of the famous game Call of Duty, and Bungie, creators of Halo, decided to come together and make one great game, Destiny 1. No, sorry, nostalgia chills. Anyway, Destiny 1 was a great game. Don't get me wrong, it was not in any way perfect, but overall, it was really great, especially over time coming out in 2014, and getting better as the seasons moved on, having great seasons. And towards the end, they had this thing called Sparrow Racing, which basically the vehicle that you rode throughout the open world planets, you could race, in a competition with other players, and they created special maps for this, okay? It was a lot of time and effort put into this, but also they used this to finish Destiny 2 off in a fun way, and it was headed by Amanda Holliday. But they were working on Destiny 2, so it was a good time waiting for Destiny 2 to come out. But then it all went wrong. So, Destiny 2 beta came out, and it was pretty sucky. Then Destiny 2 came out, and that movement that you loved in Destiny? Yeah, they nerfed it. Those special weapons, the one-shots that were always fun to play with? They didn't really get rid of them, but they put them in the heavy slot. A sniper in the heavy slot. I don't know who at Bungie thought this to be a good idea. But then they redeemed themselves with Forsaken, arguably one of the best campaigns to ever come to Destiny in a total. Destiny 1 combined with Destiny 2. But then they did kill off our favorite character. But then they brought him back a few years later with glowy eyes. So, yay! Woo! Destiny fixed the game. Actually, they didn't, and it's basically just a loop of them making the game worse and then fixing it again. So, let's continue with our story. Imagine, you're a Destiny player. Go over to your gaming monitor and you look closer and you see this. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. A new update. But let's look closer at this. There we go. That's better. That's more like it. Now you may be asking, hey, why the heck is this so bad? they added Stasis subclass, like Frozone, Ice, woo! Yay, fun. It's not fun when everyone's Frozone, because then you're freezing each other. Let me demonstrate. So yeah, it was pretty disastrous. Now, maybe this is Bungie's way of saying, hey, let's slow down, smell the roses. No, it isn't. I don't know why they made this, but perhaps it was someone at Bungie, couldn't beat all the young kids at the game anymore and got upset. But I have a theory where Bungie just loves making their game worse. I don't know why. They say the reign of terror of Stasis ended in Season of the Lost. But I think that's a hoax. I think it still continues on to this day. So, you're still here. Looks like you've entered the conspiracy. I guess you could say you're too deep to leave. Okay, yeah, cringy joke. I won't say anymore. Anyway, yeah, so Stasis dominated the Crucible. Stasis, Titan, dominated it. Okay, they had this slide where it would propel you like 3 times faster and 3 times longer than any other slide. And then, yeah, they were just overpowered. Hunters, they were pretty overpowered, okay? Their super, they had a thing where they would throw down ice, and then that ice would explode and one-shot you. Warlocks, their super overpowered, okay? Their wand basically was like old truth for you guys who hadn't played Destiny 1. Basically, it had insane tracking, okay? Warlocks were crazy, okay?
I am inevitable.
They were basically like the gods of the Crucible, okay? With their super. But presumably, it ended in Season of the Lost, okay? But, I think that's a big lie. Anyway, so, that special ammo that, you love having, how Destiny has 3 types of ammo, primary, special, heavy. Yeah, so special one that has all the shotguns and the snipers and all the fun stuff. Yeah, they basically got rid of it, okay? They destroyed it. They nerfed the weapons and they cut the special ammo you got from kill in half, okay? So that shotgun ammo you love using, yeah, that one, yeah, say goodbye because it is gone, okay? No, you're not able to use it as much as you used to. And some people say this was a good nerf. I disagree. I'm one of the people who disagree with it. Special ammo was always a fun aspect of Destiny. Yeah, there was apes, there was people camped, but that's just always going to happen in video games, okay? And, yeah, they also nerfed the Titan Slide, which was kind of warranted. But they were nerfing a lot of movement, okay? And then they nerfed shotguns. Like, I'm pretty sure they nerfed how much damage they did and the range, to the point where it felt like you were shooting peanuts with them. Yeah, so this was time in Destiny when there was a lot of nerfs, okay? Then came Witch Queen, the saving grace to Destiny. Witch Queen was a great experience. It added Void 3.0, which I loved Void 3.0. The old subclass system, you see that tree right there? I could only pick one of those and it would give me those 4 perks. But now I can mix and match the perks. Added so much more to build crafting. And then they add Hive Ghosts, which ghosts are like the way of reviving yourselves, when the Guardian, the Knight in Shining Armor, isn't very successful. And then the Hive gained our powers, which was cool. I thought it was new, kinda new. And then they gave Crucible an update. They gave it a new map. In first time in 400 days. Yeah, it's a long story. I know literally a Call of Duty mobile game gets new maps like every month, but yeah. Anyway, and it was a sucky map too, okay? It was basically a rich version of Yoda's hut on Dagobah, okay? So yeah. Cool. Overall, the season wasn't that bad. It was pretty good, but you know, all good things must come to an end. And then also follow with very bad things. And that very bad thing was Season of the Haunted. Now, Season of the Haunted followed the Subclass 3.0 system, added Solar 3.0, which was kind of, you know, a letdown. But then it added one small detail, you know, very small. That gunplay in Destiny, that's so fun, you know. It's just so sticky, so addictive. The best that, you know, Destiny has. Like, it's gunplay. You should try the game, okay? Well, really not now. You shouldn't try it now. But, you know, shooting in the air is a big part, especially in a movement game. They made it impossible. Let me show you. Just get a load of this.
No.
So yeah, it was pretty horrible. It was pretty crappy, okay? Now, a lot of people say Destiny developers are villains. Are they villains in the DC universe? Because is Joker working at the developing studio? Because this update was a freaking joke, okay? Then came, you know, the pirate update. Ooh, yay, we get to play as pirates. Yay, cool, you know, jump ship, you know, a lot of loot. No, like, the trailer totally deceived us. It was not as cool, okay? If I did jump ship, it's literally almost an identical copy of the ship I was just on. Extremely boring, okay? Like, it's just the same old grind, okay? Of you just grinding ads for a little bit of loot. Just a loot that's a little bit better than the stuff that you have. Or just for the sake of getting the new guns. Okay? Because that, at the end of the day, is what Destiny is. All the grind. Also, they had Arc 3.0, which was, honestly, in my opinion, the worst of all the subclasses. You could argue, but really, it was about movement, and we already know Destiny hates movement. So, like, they ruined it, okay? But then, things got even worse, okay? What the heck is this season? Season of the Seraph? Like, I don't understand. Didn't we already have this? Who remembers this season? Oh, Season of the Word. I thought, wasn't those things just two things? Because Season of the Word, they had, like, Seraph bunkers. I feel like Bungie is copying one another. Or is it, like, continuing the storyline? I don't know. Seems kinda fishy, you know? Like someone's copying somebody's other's work. Anyway, then came Lightfall. They added Strand, which was movement, you know, like zip lines, you know. But I only used my zip line every 3 minutes because it took the place of my grenade. Okay, and grenades are important, especially in PvP and PvE. I don't want to play without a grenade, okay? Like, wow, okay, that's cool. And I know there's builds to make it come back quicker, but is it really worth it, though? Kind of feels like Bungie is faking us out into making us think that they like movement, okay, when they really don't. Honestly, Destiny, we all know, it's not the worst game in the world, okay? The developers are professional developers, but we do have to admit the fact that Destiny did start getting worse with its updates and its quality after Activision left. So maybe Bungie was the creative people, but they didn't really know how to hustle and get their work done, and Activision really put them in place, okay? They wanted the moolah, Activision. Bungie, they just get their moolah from selling their company for like $7 billion to Sony. So, yeah. Okay, Bungie, it's just it's going down the drain. Especially Destiny 2. I mean, they have a new game coming out, and maybe that's why we're getting even less content, but like, that's no excuse for like 2 or 3 years ago when the content was still bad. Okay, Bungie, they just need to leave us with a decent Destiny 2. So Destiny 2 can go die off in peace and not burning at the freaking stake yelling, okay? So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. If you continue watching the video to this point, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.